Hey, Team Fireball. This is Alisan Parnes here, and my husband, Mike Parnes, is joining us tonight on the call. And Happy New Year. Welcome, everybody. And thank you for jumping on and watching the replay. We're going to just kind of recap a little bit about the last few calls we've been doing having to do with vision boards and having a vision for 2022, and then talk a little bit about goal setting and mindset around goals. Before we get started with that, just wanted to congratulate the distributors that had new customers this past week. And so congratulations, Kate Dose with Tiny Integrative Veterinary Clinic in Colorado. She's awesome. Rachel Davis got a new customer. Kayma McCurley got a new customer. Super excited for Kayma. And then Alice Beretta got a new customer. So congratulations, you guys. You're doing it, starting the new year off right, and way to go. So with that, the last few calls we've been doing has, we've been talking a lot about vision boards, and I am lame because my vision board did not get completed. It's still on my phone, but I will share it at some point. Anyway, it's got me moving in the right direction. I know that Christy and several other people, Jenny and Sunshine, have been rocking their vision boards. And one of the things, I think vision boards are amazing to kind of have that as a daily reminder of what you're working towards. But when it comes to goal setting, sometimes that can be really a hard thing to, if you have a year's worth of goals kind of sitting in front of you, sometimes it can be hard to manage a year ahead of time when you're setting goals. So it's also really important to set short-term goals instead of just the big long-term goals. And so one of the things that I was listening to about from a trainer, he was talking about how our minds, our brains sort of have this 90-day horizon, timeline. We can only see 90 days ahead of us. In that, we can kind of plan for that. But if we're talking okay, I want to reach this goal in a year, it's really hard to set all the action plans in place to, to get to something in a year from now. So, if it's a 30-day goal, 60-day goal, 90-day goal, it's a lot easier to sort of set those plans in motion. And so, that was really kind of something that stood out to me, is that, the vision board is awesome and it's great to have that vision, but in terms of attainable, actionable things that we need to do to hit a goal, we really need to have also some short-term goals. And there is something with our brain chemistry and psychology that just accomplishing goals, it kind of closes that feedback loop of us constantly chasing something. Once we complete a goal, it kind of closes that loop and we're like, yes, you have some success, you feel accomplished. And then it also helps to improve your confidence. And so, being able to set daily goals, the daily mode of operation, which I kind of went back to just looking over that, because we know it's so important to, when we're staying engaged with the business and doing something every single day, then it's going to at least push us a little bit forward. And so writing these daily kind of mode of operation checklists down can really be beneficial to just, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do today. Check it off. And it kind of moves you more towards that short-term goal that you're doing. So I wanted to just kind of share the daily mode of operation that we've had. And this really, I know a lot of people are still really building on social media. So this is still kind of focused on social media, but you can use it in other ways as well, either through the app, or reaching out through text message. You don't have to necessarily be using social media, but let me just share my screen real quick. Oops, share screen. Okay. Okay, so this is something I got that Daisy had shared with us a while back, just talking about if you need an idea of like things that you could do daily to be able to check off. So number one, and everybody, I think the first step, honestly, with setting goals for this year is figuring out what your time commitment is going to be to this business. And, we're all on different schedules. We all, some of us work, some of us work every day, some of us work part-time. So figuring out, can you set aside 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, or maybe it's 3 hours on your day off that week, but something that you can actually schedule in your calendar for LifeVantage. This is the time that I'm going to sit down and really work my business. And so, if you can do some of these things daily, even like when you're driving, you're commuting, you're taking a lunch break at work, or get up 30 minutes before the rest of the family and be able to kind of do some personal development, spending a lot of, and I know Jenny and Christy and other people on the team are really doing this amazing program with the ICANN Institute with Deb and doing the neuro tools, which can take, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or longer to do these trainings, however much time you want to put into it. But spending some time on personal development each day is really going to change your mindset. If you can do some that are really specific to network marketing, that's also going to help build your mindset with the business side. And then just some other ideas for your checklist is, especially if you're using social media to build your business and start to build your relationships with friends and prospects, is just, engaging on social media with doing, 1 or 2 Facebook posts each day. Ideally, you just want to share what's going on with you, your life, get people engaged, get them to know you, love you, trust you. It's really not meant to kind of go out there and do a billboard for your company or products, but more to pique curiosity, like a lot of people, and Jenny is doing this right now, just the 21-day reset with, healthy eating and taking care of your body. And, so those are great ways to create the curiosity and get engagement on social media. Easy thing to do, just wish your friends a happy birthday. Then take 5 minutes, 10 minutes and start a couple of conversations on Facebook Messenger, go through your feed and, see some things posts that pop out to you from your friends, and just reach out to them, engage with them, start a conversation, because you don't want to build this business with just spamming people with like, hey, you want to check out my new business or check out this product, when you haven't really talked with them in a long time, or when there's not really an established relationship. So it's really important that this business is really about making friends. It's making a lot of new friends, and building those relationships to get to a point where the door is open, where you feel that this, that the opportunity arises where you can share this with them, because of how it's going to impact their lives or benefit them in some way, whether it be the products or the business. So starting conversations and making friends is what you need to do before you move into the ITT system, right? So the ITT is our system, and that's inviting someone to look at a tool, and then getting them on the phone with the team or a Zoom. And before you invite, I think it's important to establish that friendship, that relationship with them. So, and then, it goes on kind of talking more about just adding new friends, really working that database, adding to that database all the time. So just, whatever kind of daily method of operation works for you, just create something each day that's going to benefit, help you just take that step forward, whether it be to call someone, to follow up with someone, to send a message to a customer, or a goodie bag to a customer. Like you guys have been doing that with the Axio and the cards. And I just think that's so amazing, just to engage with those people. And Maybe they haven't tried Axio and they're going to like, oh, what is this? So all great stuff. All right. These are a couple of notes, and then I'm going to have Mike share a little bit. So one of the trainers I was listening to today, just talking about, goal setting. And he's like, I've taken all these trainings, I've paid all this money to listen to people talk about goal setting, and people spend like weekends and hours like going through of how to set goals. He goes, to be honest, it's really simple. The main goal and focus should just be sharing your opportunity with as many people as you can in the allotted time that you have to build your business. So if you have an hour, spend that hour sharing, this with people. And so I just thought that was funny. He goes, because ultimately, you can set all these goals and really focus in and hone in and spend so much time doing that. But he's like, it's going to boil down to the same thing. And it's really, how many people can you talk to about this? And that's going to dictate how much time it's going to take you to get to where you want to be. So, if somebody's just wanting to make a few $100 a month, obviously they're not going to have to talk to as many people as someone that's going to want to run for the elite ranks. So really kind of looking at it like that as a numbers game of how many people am I sharing this with, keeping track of that and making sure you follow up with them, because we know it takes 5 or more follow-ups to get people to actually make a decision. Set that time commitment goal and put it in your calendar so that, this is my time that I have to like be at my desk, and this is when I'm going to focus on LifeVantage. And I know Jean, when she was having like really great results, she said she only had Wednesdays off. And that was really the only time she could focus on LifeVantage. And she would take 3 hours every Wednesday, and that's all she did. And she would be calling and texting and following up, and she'd have her list of all the people that she needed. And so however that works in your life, that is, just schedule it in there, because what's the saying? If you fail to plan, then plan to fail, or something like that, and you need to have sort of that vision of where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, then you're going to end up somewhere else. So, and then let's see, I think those were the main things that I had, but Mike has some really good stuff that we were talking about today. I'm going to stop the share. And he, just about goals. For those of you who don't know, this is my husband for 20, however many years now. 21. Yes, 21 years. And Mike has been in the corporate world his whole career. And, so network marketing was something that like we had never done before, but it has blessed our lives in so many ways, just from the products helping our family to just the extra income, allowing us to have the time to be able to be home with our kids when they needed us, when they were going through surgeries and medical procedures. And now Mike being able to pretty much retire from the corporate world and just do consulting work, and having LifeVantage just be that cushion for us. And, but he was an executive with Time Warner for years and years, and he led teams. He has a lot of leadership skills. And so I just thought he would be a good person to kind of talk to us too about goals. And so honey, take it away.
That was awesome. Thank you. Hi, everybody. So tonight is a very special night. So for those of you watching this on replay, it is the college football national championship. And so I am a graduate of the University of Alabama, and Allison and some others on it, and Alice, right? From the
Christy.
And Christy, yeah. So we got some Bulldogs on here too. So it's a very special night.
Oh, Christy's not a Bulldog.
Oh, you got caught. Never. Well, Christy.
Yeah, boo.
Well, regardless of your team of choice, the head coach of the University of Alabama is Nick Saban. Okay, and so whether you love him or hate him or don't even know who he is, you cannot deny the amount of success that he has had, and the way he approaches his day-to-day routine and the way he coaches his players is what he calls the process. And the process is very similar to everything we're talking about tonight. But what makes the process unique is, although you have to set goals, it's great to have a vision to be a Pro 10 or the national champion or the president of the world or whatever you want to be. As Alisan was saying, typically you have about 90 days of vision in your mind before it goes haywire. And you can't follow through on that vision because there's just too many distractions. But what Nick Saban says is it's play by play. So it's not approaching the season as saying, we're going to be the champions this season. What he says is, you need to go and approach every play as if that's the season. So it's, you must win that play and then win the next play and win the next play. And if you do everything correctly, you will have won the game. So if you kind of deconstruct that and apply it to our business, it's not about saying, I'm going to be a Pro 10 by the end of the year. Great. That's a great thing to kind of have in your mind. But in order to get there, you have to have every day you take a couple steps forward to get there. All right. So what that means, if you go back to like the DMO list and all those things you can do, it's saying, I'm going to contact these 3 people today or right now, or I'm going to post on Instagram or Facebook right now. I'm going to do these things now, and not like, oh, by the end of the year, I'm going to accomplish all this stuff. It's saying, what can I do right now? And then taking that even a step further is to say, okay, well, I did those things. I called those people. Maybe they accepted my call. Maybe they were agreeable to it. Maybe they signed up. Awesome. Give yourself a day or so to relish in that success and say, yes, we did it. But you know what? That's already in the past at that point. So it's time to look forward and don't rest on those laurels. You got to continue to move forward and say, what can I do again today? What calls can I make today? Who can I talk to today? Right? What can I post today that's new and fresh and is going to be engaging? And once you start to complete those steps, before you know it, you've rank advanced or you've signed up all these new people and your volume is increasing. That is just the baby steps, and that's what does it. Nick Saban also says during the game, you don't look at the scoreboard, which is a crazy thing to tell players. But if you think about it in our business, it's not like how many, like, where do I currently stand in the company, or how many distributors do I have, or how much volume do I have? That doesn't really matter. It's what you're continuing to do on a daily basis that's going to move you forward and keep you moving in the right direction. And when you boil it down, that's pretty awesome. And by the end of the year, you will have made great strides and you will have amazing success. And you probably won't even realize it, but it'll become easier and easier.
Yeah, and I think too, like that's such great points. And I think that we get so caught up with like what the other person's decision is going to be that it causes us to pause and not continue to move forward on that daily action. So if we feel like people aren't responding, aren't replying, maybe they're saying not interested, then all of a sudden we get in our own head of like, it's kind of like Mike talking about the plays, you know, the football player and they screw up a play, they still have to keep going in that game. And they just need to focus on the next play and stop worrying about the one that maybe just didn't go that well.
That's exactly right.
And you can only pretty much, you can only control really what you do. You can't control what the other person is going to do or say. And it's kind of like what you said with Nick Saban setting up his team, like giving them all the tools and positioning to be successful. But ultimately, he can't go out there and make the plays as a 72-year-old coach or whatever.
And that's what he says. He says, I will put you in a position to be successful. And that's where he leaves it. And so it's really up to the individual player. Or for us, it's the onus is on us, right? We have the tools, we have this awesome business, we have these awesome products, and we have a business model that's really duplicatable, and really anyone can do it if they just put their mind to it. And so if you just make those steps, play by play, day by day, post by post, call by call, whatever that is, you're going to realize success.
Yeah. So I know I thank you. I
You're
think that was
welcome.
awesome.
And just to add more onto that, when I was in the corporate world, they always told us we had to have SMART goals, right? Everyone knows SMART goals, which are like this, they're silly, to be honest, right? Because they have to be specific and measurable and time-based and realistic and all these.
And attainable.
And it's like, those are the things that you're never going to succeed in, because those are the things that are putting a year out ahead, and you have to follow and like go back and be like, wait, how did I reach this goal? Did I do these? That is inconsequential when you're talking about a business like this. This business is based on what you're doing right now in your free time or full time, whatever you're doing in this business is that one call, that one post, whatever that is. Those are the things that are going to matter, and those are the things that are going to be measurable at the end of the year. And before you know it, you're going to rank advance. Before you know it, your check's going to be growing larger and larger every month. And that's where you're going to see the benefits and the success.
Yeah. So with that, do you guys want to share any of your business goals for this year, and how I can help, how Mike says he can help, how we can all help you guys? I know you have some big goals for Pro 5 Summit, and anything else specifically in terms of short-term kind of goals that you have.
Hey, I prepared.
You what?
Said I did not come prepared.
Oh,
with
that's
goals.
okay.
But you guys are making me think, which I guess is the way to start. But I wanted to share, because our last Elite Academy, the theme of the Elite Academy was the small things lead to bigger things. So exactly saying, and I actually bought this shirt that says life is built on the little things. Like our business is built on those small invites, those small conversations, those small connections. And there was this amazing thing where they had a bunch of distributors that told their story. And it was so powerful to hear how they were invited to look at the information, and how this person led to this person who led to this person. And it was just really neat to hear those simple stories, those simple connections, and the rank that they were, and how they connected. So it was just really, really cool. But so I wanted to share that, because I really love that you reminded us of that, because I think it seems overwhelming, and we forget that it's really just the small things that help us reach our goals. And I think that is sometimes missing from our big, vision boards. So it gives me some start. But business goals, I was actually thinking about, I would like to hit Pro 5, not just my husband. That is my goal for the year. And make sure that we attend Pro 5 Summit. And I also would like to connect somehow on Messenger, not just in commenting, once a day with someone. Do at least 15 invites a month. And I also wanted, what was the other thing that I had on my list? Oh, shoot, it slipped my mind.
Those are awesome things, though. Those are great right there. Yeah.
I forget what the other thing was, but I'll think of it and I'll put it in the chat.
Awesome. Those are great. Bite-sized chunks. Okay, anybody else?
I'll say something real quick. I just want to say, like, I loved what you guys talked about as far as the small things, the little things. And it's great to have those like bigger goals and the vision board. But to kind of go along with what you guys were talking about this morning on the Monday Mindset call with Deb Erickson, another lady filled in. Deb wasn't there this morning, but another lady filled in that works with her all the time. And she talked about goals this morning too. Like it's the theme,
cool.
I guess.
All right.
But she talked about having the feeling. So like we can set goals, but what is our feeling behind those goals? Because our feeling is what's going to get us to move in the right direction. And those feelings that we have of the things that we want to obtain and become or do, those are the things that are either going to help us achieve those goals or not achieve those goals. And so like I put on my vision board a lot of like feeling things like, you know, victory. I want victory. Like that was like my big word for this year. And that can come in so many different ways, whether it's a small victory, whether it's a big victory. So that's like, I mean, yes, I want to hit Pro 5 this year. I want to go to Pro 5 Summit. Like that is a huge goal for me, but it's those feelings behind the things that I'm going to be doing that are, that's going to put me in the right place and in the right direction. So I really didn't put like really big goals on my vision board this year. I put a lot of like how I want to feel and those things that I want to, you know, the little things that I want to accomplish. So that's what I put on my vision board. So
I love
just wanted
that.
to share that.
I love that. Absolutely love that. And you know, Eric Worre did a training all about that. It was kind of like a radical approach to goal setting. And he started out with motivation matters. What motivates you to get to that goal? You know, and I mean, I think that we, you know, right now, and this, at least for me too, I mean, one of my huge like goals is just to become more in tune, you know, spiritually. Like I just want to feel more connected, like with God. I want to feel like I'm moving in the purpose that He has for my life. Like that's kind of like my year this year has been like, and I know Life Vantage is a part of that, but I know that if I feel that I'm moving in my purpose, it's just going to give me that motivation to do whatever, you know, like continue building, like, you know, I mean, obviously building Life Vantage, but then who knows, other areas too, you know? And so, yeah, I think we're all like hungry for right now for this, like, there's so much like chaos in the world that we're just like needing grounding, we're needing peace, we're needing like, you know, purpose. So I totally get you. I feel you on the feeling part. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Does Alice want to see my vision board?
I do.
Okay, hold on. I gotta move the whole computer. You were plugged into the power. Okay.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Nice.
Can you see it okay?
Yes.
It's probably backwards though, huh?
Let's
Are the words
see.
backwards?
No.
Is that the
Oh,
Life
okay.
Vantage Jeep? You want to hit you want the Pro 7 Jeep?
Well, yeah, I had that on there from last year, so I just had to leave that on there because that is like that's a big goal, I guess. But like, yeah, you're saying like, you know, like my spiritual life. I got stuff in there for my team and like the feelings behind like who I want on my team. So those big feelings, like people that are self-motivated, people that, you know, I don't have to babysit.
Right. Yeah.
But then I did Pro 5 Summit on there. And then Lake Almanor, like that's where we want to spend so much of our time and just build our family there and that house and success. And then that tree is like part of my team. So
Yeah.
that's my
Wait, go back down to the bottom. What is that thing below the lake? What is that? Is that
So
the
it's-
a house?
Oh, this is, yeah, like, because we're gonna start building our house at the lake this year.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. I love that.
Oh,
Awesome job. All right. I promise you, I'm gonna get mine up here. One of these falls soon. You're gonna see it. Get ready.
you're gonna do it.
Just keeping you in suspense. Oh my gosh. All right. Anybody else? Sunshine, you have anything you wanted to share?
I say hello.
Hi. Are you in Muscle Shoals?
I'm not. No, I'm home. Had
Oh,
the
you're
first day
home.
of school. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Getting everything ready for
Yeah.
the year. Going into it now. Yeah.
I hear you.
Things are good.
Well, good to see you. And all right, everybody. Well, I just thank you again for being on and for sharing, and let us know what you need to help you accomplish your goals. We're all here as a team together and all supporting each other. So with that, I will say good night, everyone, and have a great week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey,
Bye.
Yeah.